Yep. What's up? It's Monday, almost the afternoon. It's 11:45 on Monday, December 12th, 2022. That's kind of dope. 12/12/22. What's going on? Is Maisha Edmond, licensed cosmetologist in the state of New York. Also, I am a certified trichologist, creator and founder of Trichology 911 University, as well as let me see, the case studies, the mentorship, all that stuff that has to do with trichology. I'm gonna give you a little piece to get in. I have some notes because I always got notes. Hey, from Nigeria, what's going on? What's going on? Super excited today. I'm going to be talking about P2P and trichology. I know y'all like, what is that? Maisha's always making stuff up. I do, because I be thinking butterflies in the sky. Hallelujah. I can go twice as high. Take a look. Hallelujah. It's in a book. The Reading Rainbow. All right, so I'm getting into it. That was a little interlude, a little praise and worship as you come into the building. P2P for trichology. And I know you're like, what is P2P in the trichology business? This is a concept that I have been kind of working on, because I'm always working on something. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of housekeeping. I am live and in person in Trichology 911 on Instagram. I also am live in Facebook and on YouTube. So if you have not followed me yet on YouTube, slide on over, check me out, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Okay. So P2P in trichology business. And I'm like, how is this going to go? It's going to go great, because I'm a genius. All right, let's go. So basically, we talk about trichology business. We're really talking about first, well, let me say this. In trichology business, if you're doing business, right, you're kind of like, hey, good morning, Celeste. You're kind of like, okay, how do I make this thing make sense, right? You go to these fabulous schools. Congratulations to everybody that just completed their programs. I see you. Welcome into the official trichology sect, right, of the beauty industry. Super proud of you. When you spend all that money and all that time in trichology training, right? The one thing, or there's a few things, but one of the main things that you don't really get is how to make it make sense for your specific business or for who you are and what you are. I remember one of my students was saying, listen, trichology is dry. It's dry and it's boring, and I'm exciting. And you think that you have to change who you are. How like you were the fun, fancy, stylish hairstylist. Then you come over to trichology and everything is like, yes, okay, yeah. But it's not like that, right? So how do you mesh your personality with the trichology information that you have, right? Do you jump out of school and then like, you shouldn't be relaxing your hair? Don't you see them lawsuits? You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing that. Don't drink that. Don't eat. That's why you got no hair now. No, everybody relax. Everybody calm down. Everybody remain calm. So I want to talk about the P2P in trichology. And what is the first P? Persona. And the second P is payment. So going from persona to payment is a big thing. And so this was like something that came up that I was thinking about. And I really was like, you know what, I really need to develop this. And I'll be teaching this in depth in the not case studies, in the mentorship program that is starting on January 2nd of 2023. Oh, that was the housekeeping. Wasn't I doing some housekeeping? Why y'all let me do all this talking, right? So I have VIP sessions, right? So you'll be with me for 4 to 6 hours. We'll be on Zoom, unless you're in New York and you want to hang out. And I'll get your business like set up, right? So you'll be with me. I'll break everything down. This is what you need. We'll look at what you already have. We'll make it make sense for you according to how you do business, right? I also have strategy sessions. They are an hour, right? And so I help you with one thing that you want to work on. I develop that thing and I present it to you in a way that is undeniable, right? I give you a whole presentation, right? So and I help you to help that to work in your business. I also have, like I said, the group mentorship. Group mentorship starts on January 2nd, 2023. It is 12 weeks of you and a couple other trichologists getting your trichology life. I even help you to develop whatever that one thing is going to be. Is it going to be your ebook? Is it going to be a book? Is it a course? Is it a class? Is it product? Whatever it is, I help you to develop. I help you to do all those different things. That's really good. Or if you like, look, Maisha, I don't got 12 weeks for all that. Now I don't want to be with a bunch of people. Now I don't want them all in my business. I do have one-on-one mentorship. So join me for either one of those. I am available. Now let's get into the P2P, persona to payment, right? So in trichology business, excluding science, right? And I have notes. I always have notes. Let me see. Am I doing something? Okay. I always have notes. So because I always have notes, I'm going to be looking down a little bit. But in the trichology business, right, excluding science itself, right, it's P2P. It's persona to payment. That's why your clinic, your language, your systems make a difference. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, give me a thumbs up or whatever if you understand what I'm saying. When you are in trichology business, excluding the science part of it, right, it's going to be P2P. It's going to be your persona to your payment, which means that's why your clinic, your language, your systems, and they all make a difference, right? People are either looking for the person that looks like them, right, in the experience or struggle, or they're looking for someone that has the solution and answers with empathy, right? With empathy, like saying, oh, many of my clients that I have helped had ABC, or my grandmother had XYZ, and this is why ABC. So you are using, you're leveraging your experience, your interaction with other people, building that persona. So the easiest way to sell a product is to sell a persona. The easiest way to sell, this should not be free, child. The easiest way to sell a product is to sell persona. So even if you aren't in a thing, but you create a personality or character that complements it, it's easier for you to move said product that corresponds. I hope that makes sense. So personas are fictional characters, right? Which you create based on your research to represent the different user that might use your service, your product, your site, or your brand in a similar way, which means what? It's kind of like what I learned in mentorship about my perfect people, right? And there was always emphasis on, like, okay, how old are they? What do they do with this? Where do they go? All these different things. So it's really creating that kind of avatar that says, okay, if this was the person, then how would they, like, what would they want? How would they respond? How would they like to consume whatever product it is? And so it helps you to kind of understand your users' needs, right? Their experiences, their behaviors, and their goals. And so this is why you have to look at persona when it comes to payment, right? You look at your persona, you look at your presentation and how you show up, and you compare it to your success in trichology or in the industry, and I will show you your success or your lack thereof. So look at the persona, look at your presentation, how you're showing up, and compare it to your success. Compare it to your bank account. Compare it to how many people you have in your clinic, and I will show you your success or the lack thereof. Because the simple fact is that if you don't have the right persona, right, you don't speak to that person's needs and or their experiences, or you don't correlate with their behaviors, then they're not going to use the product that you're trying to present. Now, what does this have to do with trichology? Because it's the end of the year. It's the end of the year, right? And yeah, you may wake up on, I don't know when New Year's Eve is, if it's Saturday, but you may wake up on Sunday morning or Monday morning and it's January 1st and it kind of just feels like it's Saturday. Or it may be a little more pivotal and you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm stepping over into a new year. So now you're looking at, well, what do I want to achieve? How do I want to present? What do I want to present? How many people do I want to reach? How much money do I want to make? Right? It's really about that persona. It's really about setting yourself up, that presentation, and connecting with your audience so that they understand that you got the goods, right? So the P2P in trichology today is going to be persona to payment. So if your persona is not strong, if your avatars are not strong, then your sales might not be so strong. And so we want to start to work on that. We want to start to look at excluding the science, right? You got to have the science. You got to have that information. You have to have, all the things that you need to know, the basics, right? You need to know the different types of alopecia. You need to know all those different things. But outside of the science of why trichology works, it's going to work for you if the persona is right. And that's going to bring you to the payment, right? It's not going to take you all the way, because after you get the initial payment or whatever like that, you still have to show up. But it really does get people in the door. So try not to be so cold, so staunch when it comes to how you're marketing, right? How you show up on Instagram and Facebook and Snapchat or TikTok, whatever you're using, right? You want to make sure that you have some type of personality. You want to make sure that you're showing up so that the clients can feel like they can connect with you, right? And so you want to make sure that you're showing, you're answering questions, that you are the solution, that you're answering with empathy and compassion for the struggle. And those things are going to get you where you need to go. All right. So I hope I helped you. That was a quick little thing. It's Monday. Super excited about what is going to be happening this week. Listen, continue to keep connected with me. Once again, VIP sessions are available. Strategy sessions are an hour. VIP are 4 to 6 hours. January 2nd, 2023, we will be embarking on our next round of Trichology 911 group mentorship. Also, if you're interested in one-on-one, I do have that available. And yeah, oh, by the way, case studies this year, 2023 and forever, is going to be in person, live and in person. So that's going to be super dope too. All right. I hope I helped you today. Have a great day. Happy hair growing.